Perfect.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Grimes Fight, and possibly the very last episode, because many of you said if I made this video that it would probably be my very last. It's so sad that people think that you can't make a video like this. We took to the community board polls, because really I don't care. I do want to give you the content, but I'm not going to let you take over my shit. Some of y'all think y'all just want to hijack my channel and like I should do everything you tell me to do, and like, you know, man, some of y'all are very entitled children trapped in grown people's bodies. So here's the deal. We went to the polls, 500 responses on the poll that we would lean either way with whatever the majority said. Not only did we get 500, but we got over 2,000 guys. 2,000 of you guys voted. 69% of you said, hey, yes, we'd like to hear your 2 cents on this, or hey, we're in either way. We just like the channel. 32% of you just said no, and that's okay, and you can stay. But if you get hateful, remember, you got one shot, because if you go disrespecting anyone on this channel, regardless, you're gone. You get one shot. So make it good. That's all I'm saying. Just, hey, if you get that one, be like that one guy that super chatted me an insult because he knew he only had one. I respect that guy. He went all in and paid $5 to insult me. Some of you fools are going to skip around in this video, take it out of context, and then you're going to go responding based off the context. You're going to look like an idiot, and I'm going to delete you, and then you're going to have to go create a fake account, and then you have to ask for your mom's credit card. It's just, yeah, let's just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just all play nice. So here we go, guys. I'm sure you're all itching to know whose side I'm gonna take on the Jacob Blake shooting. The police or Mr. Blake? Who do you think? All right, guys, before we get to the video, we got to talk about something. I feel like it's where most people go wrong in these situations. When a shooting or something like this comes out, most people don't do what we're about to do. Most people, what they do is they want to pick a side immediately. And here's what I would tell you. If you're the type of person that immediately hears a situation and you've picked a side, right? We all do it. You do it. The left does it. The right does it. The center does it. Everybody does it. You just told us in the intro that you were going to pick a side. Some of you came here wanting to maybe see me throw on this, right? Hey man, shoot man, yeah, heck yeah, man, I knew he freaking carried a gun, man, he started the freaking military, man, I know. Man, I knew it, man, I knew he freaking did. He thought that Jacob guy was a criminal, man. So there's some of you that came here with the expectation already, which means you don't really know me. Some of you are saying, hey, you want me to throw on the Obama hat? Maybe wrap a bandana around, maybe make some mocktail cocktails, man. We don't want to work. We want freaking everything free, man. We don't want to work for it, man. We just want it right now, man. That's wild. That's not the way I was raised either. Justin, so would you clickbait this? You're not going to pick a side? Yeah, I'm going to pick a side. I picked the side of humanity. I choose in these situations to always like reflect in the mirror first and remember who I am and where I came from when God saved me. That he might have had a criminal record. People look at me and probably think I have a criminal record. I would have a criminal record if it was not for the Marine Corps. But here's the thing is like I got that chance, and the way that I look at these situations is I have to remember that all people, regardless of their past, regardless if they're a cop, regardless if their credit is good or bad, regardless of the color of their skin, can never go into a situation like this already choosing a side. Why can't we choose the side of humanity? Why can't we choose the side that sees every person in the situation as someone maybe in a bad situation? Maybe they're in a bad spot in their life. Maybe Mr. Blake had a bad day. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he was on drugs. We don't know. We don't know those things. Here's what I know. If I were to say, hey, I'm gonna make a movie, and the movie's only gonna be the thoughts, every thought that you've had since birth to now. What if I were to take all of your thoughts, put them on a movie screen, and we'd freaking broadcast it all over the internet to everybody all over the world. Nobody wants to be the star of that movie. Not you, not me, not Mr. Blake, not the cops, not the people who recorded it. Here's what I would say. I would encourage anyone in this situation to always pump your brakes. Remember that we all bleed red, and that I do believe that we're all created equal. Do I think racism exists? That's another question that has to be asked, and I would honestly say necessarily I don't think we need to talk about race in this situation. Here's what we do. We automatically want to throw everything in one basket if the two people in the situation just happen to have opposite colored skin. Now, I'll back you if videos come out that say the cop was racist, or the cop's been known to say this, or this was affiliated this. But here's the thing, guys, not one thing has been thrown out there to say that this situation has anything to do with racism other than broken people in a high tense situation who maybe everyone could have done something better. So here's the deal. My opinion on this situation, I haven't seen one piece of evidence that says that anyone there was a racist. Now, if it comes out, I'll back it. If the cops comes out that they were part of the Klan secretly, then hey, I'm all about it. Get them off the freaking streets. To be honest, get them in some help, because you got mental problems if you are so arrogant to think that you're like some superior race. That's just wild. So do I think racism exists? Absolutely. And you better believe that if I ever saw any kind of racist act, whether it be black on white, brown on black, green on turquoise, I don't know, you better believe that I would be the first one in there to defend the person. Not the racist person, the non-racist person. Jeana would probably have to subdue me. And here's the deal. I know there may be some repercussions for this video, because the videos I'm watching, there's just people being attacked all over the place. So here's what I would say. Do I support Black Lives? Absolutely. Do I support Black Lives Matters, the organization? Absolutely not. To be honest, I think they should be put on a terrorist organization list because of the comments they've made towards Christianity in itself. That's just my opinion, but here's the deal. If you approach me in a restaurant, if you approach me and my family and surround us and try to force me to raise my fist, and in that moment you feel like that's gonna change something, I'm just gonna say, look, I've been trained by the world's finest. I've been in the cage 9 times, and every time I came out the victor. Am I the baddest man on the planet? Not by a freaking long shot. All I'm saying is you better pack a lunch. Anyone who would do that, I would ask you, what have you done? Here's what I know I've done. I have personally served the black community here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. What have you done? Made a fancy little sign that your mom probably paid for. I never look at the situation to see what color the cops are. I look at the facts of the matter. So we're gonna get to this video here in a second. We're gonna watch the video and we're just gonna stick to the facts. But here's what we're gonna say. Anybody leaves a comment negative towards Jacob Blake, you're getting deleted, you're getting banned, all that stuff. You got a problem with the cops, that's fine. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Praise God he's alive, right? Seriously, praise Jesus that Mr. Blake is alive. And if you're that person, like, he's a criminal, man, he's never gonna freaking change. That's not true, because I used to be a criminal. I used to sell dope. I used to smoke dope. Who are we to say that he doesn't get the opportunity to make those changes? And who knows that this might be that change in his life? To the video. I'm gonna show you very clearly how I think it's a very open and shut case, but here's again, praise Jesus that Mr. Blake is still alive, that everybody in the situation's alive. Do I think that blue lives matters? Absolutely. I've got a lot of friends that are cops in the military, that are ex-military. Man, I am all about America. I love America. America, man, I am a big supporter of the cops. Do I think there's bad cops? Remember that movie thing I told you, that there's not a single person in the world that would want all their thoughts thrown up on the screen? Well, that includes cops. That includes teachers. That includes doctors. That includes you, and that includes me. Y'all wanna watch the video? Let's watch the video. I'm for real though, y'all be respectful, because if anybody says negative, either way, if you can't have a respectful conversation, I block you, you're done. What's up on the TV? I'm gonna turn it up. So here's what we're gonna look at this from a perspective of someone who's been in the military, who's had some type of training. In this, we did urban training for urban combat, things like that. That would be somewhat similar to what more police have to deal with in the military. So check it out. So here it is. So here's the situation. Here's the deal. The first report said that he was there breaking up a fight, guys. In these situations, here's what I see. I see you guys flooding with, I mean, you hear one thing and you will run with it, you will share it. The biggest problem in the world right now, I don't believe it's racism, it's freaking people not educated enough or too lazy to freaking search the internet to see what they're putting out there is true or not. They don't care the damage that it causes. They're just gonna freaking loosely throw that crap out there and it's gonna hurt who it's gonna hurt and they don't care. This is bad for all parties. This is bad for the people who are honestly out there fighting against any kind of racism, right? This is bad for them because here's what happens. How many of these things do you see? We want to overreach, they overreach, or things get misquoted, right? And that's actually damaging, guys. If you really care about a situation, the best thing you could ever do for that situation is not spread false or misleading information. That will hurt your cause quicker than anything. Tons of videos that says that Mr. Jacob was, he was there breaking up a fight. Here's the deal. We know that's not true. Some of you be like, well, how do you know? Well, because I listened to the 911 tape. I'm not gonna play it here. I'm not actually gonna show you the shooting. I will show you the video, but here's what I would say. So I heard the 911 call, and here is what is very typical for law enforcement. Once that call was placed in, the officers en route will be fed any information they need to know. Do they have violence? Do they have a past with violence? So you're saying, Justin, is his criminal record, is it important? Yes, it's important. It's not important if you're gonna use it to bash him over the head to freaking make him ashamed of the mistakes he's made in the past. And even if they're recently, maybe he's still in that lifestyle. I don't know, you don't know. So here's the deal. I'm looking at his past because what does that do? Coming from a guy with a past, I'm just looking at it because it shows intentions, right? If I go back in my history now, 5 years, I can show you what my intentions will probably be in a situation. If you were to run my criminal background back in the day, some of y'all already done it. Y'all know I ain't got nothing. You might have found the stuff from when I was younger, but that should be erased. But here's the deal. When the cops are on the way, they're looking at his record, not in hopes that they're like freaking, oh man, I hope this guy's a bad guy. Here's what it does. If he has prior charges with a gun, what that lets them know is hey, we got to be careful about a gun. If he has domestic issues, the female called, right? Here's what happened in the 911 call. His ex-girlfriend, the mother of his children, called the cops. I listened to the tape. I didn't believe he was breaking up a fight, but I didn't believe he wasn't breaking up a fight. I didn't know what the heck was going on. Waiting will keep you from looking foolish, I promise you. So here's the deal. So he shows up. So by this point, the girlfriend has already called the cops, who he has a warrant out for sexually assaulting. I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm not trying to minimize her. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm stating facts, and if you take this as anything other than that, you're the idiot. All right? So here's the dang deal. So there is a warrant out for him for a domestic sexual assault on this woman. She calls and says he's taken the keys. I don't know if it's true that the kids were in the car. I've heard the kids were in the car. They were outside of the car. They were watching it. I still don't know the truth on that. You just gotta wait on that. But here's what I know. She called the cops. The cops looked up a thing. They saw that he has a warrant out for sexual assault on that person at that address. I believe that's correct. If it's not, I'll correct myself, but that's believed. What I saw are the facts so far. The cops show up. The first video that drops, obviously, I always love how these videos start and stop at a very interesting time. So it does appear, so here, let's watch. This is the first video that dropped. So let's watch this and then we'll talk about what might have, we'll see if we can find the other video. All right, so here we go. Here's the back of the vehicle. I just want to point a few things out real quick. There's stuff on the ground right here, okay? So there has been a struggle. The other video will show you a perspective of someone right over here, okay? And they're filming this way, so they see the struggle, okay? There's two police officers here. So the female, the mother of his children, is the one that called the cops. The cops weren't just rolling by and decided to pick on him. They got a call. He had a warrant out for sexual assault. And here's the deal, guys. if this is true, if the sexual assault is true, what about her life? What about the humiliating thing that he supposedly did, if that's true? So what I'm saying is let's don't make decisions, because when you jump to conclusions, then you leave other people out who really might need that sympathy, like, for example, the mother of the children, maybe. You know, what I'm saying but maybe it's not true. What I'm saying is I don't know and you don't know. So here's the deal. There was a struggle back here. It is reported that both tasers were deployed. So he wasn't breaking up a fight. He showed up. What she says, he took my keys and he won't give them back, and he's gonna leave in my car, or something to that effect. So if I'm a police officer and I'm like, dang, he's got the kids, he's got domestic things, he's supposedly got sexual assault, a warrant, no, not supposedly, he's got a sexual assault warrant. So all these things are playing in the cop's head. So if there is kids in that car, we know that he's been tased, he was able to fight 2 officers off back here. Okay, they haven't pulled their weapon. And so that's where we are at this point in the video. So, here we go. All right, so watch right here. So here they go. You got people over here screaming. Right here, if you're gonna look, he does have something in his hand. I don't know what it is. Okay, here's what I do know is that they said that he made very clear comments. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I think there's more audio and video than they're gonna let out right now. I think there's gonna be some other things, but here's the deal. We don't know if that's true either. We don't know what he said. But here's all I know is he's been tased twice. The other video shows that he was in a struggle. The video shows that he had one of them in some kind of, I don't know, it's a headlock or something. Anyway, he was fighting with them. He gets up after he's been tased twice. In my mind, I'm like, what's this dude on, if we're being honest? But so if the kids are in the car, if she called to say he has her keys, is this her car? Are the kids in there? Are the kids in danger? If he leaves there, many reports have we seen where the dad or the mom, like just recently, has murdered the kids to get back at someone. Like, that's a real thing. It really happens, guys. And police are aware of this. So what happens? These are all things that we need to take into perspective. Let's don't just think that Mr. Blake's a thug, but let's also don't forget about the kids in the backseat if he were to leave. Let's not make light of the situation that the lady who called in. See, all I'm saying is guys, let's have. It's a hard thing for people to get, but it's possible to have sympathy for all people in a situation and want the best outcome, and that's what I want in every situation. All right, so here we go. So right here. Supposedly he says that he's going to the car to get a gun. I don't know if that's true. I didn't hear that out of his mouth. I'm not gonna believe it. Here's what I do know. They've tased him twice. He's possibly getting into a vehicle that might have kids in it, that if the keys belong to this car that she said, that is he fleeing with the kids? We don't know. They don't know. But they're there to protect all parties, hopefully. But this is a tough situation. So look, they've already scrimmaged. So look right here. So he's going for the car. You see the cop darts out and tries to grab him, right? He doesn't shoot him. He grabs him. He's trying to keep him from going in the car to possibly get something, guys. And here's the deal. I actually could do this test, and I could be just like him. And if I had a weapon and concealed it, it's very possible. Was he doing that? I don't know. But here's all I know is that the information that the police have, it's very likely that he has a weapon in that car. And it's very likely that if he did have a criminal or a violent past, that he might go violent, let alone that he just was violent. So, but here again, I don't know if he had a bad day. Look, I've been there back in the day, you and your old lady are fighting and things get stupid. I'm gonna take the keys, I'm gonna thumb 'em. So it could have been one of those things, guys. He's human, she's human. We don't know all the situations, and here's all we know. He's going to the car. Right here. Right here, guys, you have to look. There's no shooting yet. There's nothing. When he gets in here, look, his back leg goes up because he goes down. He is absolutely reaching. Don't tell me that anyone like that gets into their car. He's reaching down. Look, there's his head. He's looking that way. Oh, actually, there is somebody in the car. I just realized that. So there is people in the car. Is the lady who called, was she in a house? Or is she in the car with the kids? We don't know. Those are things we need to wait for. So check it out. He's definitely, look, and his arms wrapped around the car. They're not holding it. So he's holding on to the door like he's reaching and maybe gonna come back out, right? It's not like he's going in there to get in the car, from what I can understand. So here we go. Okay. Right there you see that there is a shirt being pulled. He's still trying to pull him out. So people are like, well, Justin, why'd they have to shoot him? Is there other options? They used their other option, guys. They outnumbered him. He obviously was stronger. They used tasers. The tasers had no effect. They did use other options. Now, if I'm the cop, what's going through my mind is, what's he reaching for? Is there a gun? And here's what I do. I'm not gonna do it. I challenge you to Google cop shot by people reaching in their car, and they don't even see it coming. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying he was. All I'm saying is he absolutely was reaching for something. And then if I'm the cop, I'm wondering like, man, is he gonna take off with these people? If it's a gun, is he gonna shoot them? Is he gonna turn around? Here's the deal, guys. When you're leaning like that, if I had my gun on you, I'd show you. But if I'm leaning like that, look, if you're behind me, you can't see what I'm grabbing. And to be honest, I could reach like this. Look, I ain't even gotta turn. Boom, straight back because you're that close. It could happen. Was he gonna do that? Was there a gun in the car? I don't think so. I think there was a knife. Could he have turned around and shoved it in the cop's neck? I don't know. We don't know how bad of a day he was having. We don't know what he was on. All I'm saying is we don't know nothing. We don't have all the information, but here's what I'll tell you. If we get 20,000 views on this video, I will show you. I'm not showing you any more of the video because, again, he's still human. It's very sad that happened to him. He's still alive, and I think now is the time to be praying, guys. It's to be praying for all parties. Stop being so quick to pick sides, because I believe that the God I serve wants me to treat all people with respect and humanity.